This bristleback is such a question mark for me. There is.
And it looks like no one's gonna fight. Just gonna be a bounty rune trade, perhaps.
Try and fight bottom
DUI,
here.
though.
They are pretty strong level 1.
Taking a lot of damage here. Divine Llama's also being pressured at the moment. Blood grenades are being dropped, so they're abandoning their Treant Protector. Sauce DUI.
That it's just all too easy for him to just burn a lot of this mana and kind of just be a problem. I really like what KJ is doing as well. It's got to the point in this lane where, oh, unfortunate for Divine Llama, goes down in the bottom.
They're playing with the Skywrath Mage in the top lane as well. Schofield. No viable targets as of yet. Dragon Knight form goes in. They're looking for XXX. They stun him up. This is a lot of damage, but this is a Bristleback who just received some healing from the Treant Protector. Not going to be enough to kill him. Did fall to about 30 HP, but he's fine. And here comes Xin-Q looking for vengeance. You touch our boy, we take your lives. Killing off KJ in a very cool fashion there. And none of the lanes ended up suffering too much as a result. They're going back in though. K1 looking to try and bring down XXX. XXX though still kept alive. Analog look for the tornado, missed onto the Bristleback, so he cannot find the kill that he needs. And now he's slowed down by the Nature's Grasp. Here comes Ame out of nowhere, shackles him to a tree, hits him with the ultimate. And that is going to be the end of the life of this Invoker.
When she does that, she starts getting involved in some of these kills, get that kill on Analog, and things start to look a little bit spicy here. So Xin-Q's probably dead.
Yep, Analog didn't catch him with all the spells, but did manage to find the Urn out on him.
Response to any of these other two towers, so they're just going to let this bottom tier 1 go down. And with that, it just means once again Analog has wasted quite a lot of time, and this is his 3rd attempt now to try and get something going, and maybe XSS is the target, but look at how much damage K1's taking already. He's got 4 stacks on him.
They're going to go for it now. There's a Tornado EMP combination. They should have enough to kill off XXX, and thank God it goes the way of Analog as well.
Looking towards around about that 15-16 minute mark, where you're going to have Arme, he's got his Maelstrom up and ready now. XM's got this Dragon Lance. XXS is going to get very close to his Aghanims, and for Heroic, how are you supposed to stop that?
Where is the line on the map? They have absolutely no idea where's the most optimal place to go. At the very least, XM will show himself middle. A nice viable target. They will jump on him. Let's see if they can blow him up. He's inside the Mystic Flare right now. Overgrowth will be there. DY trying to render some support. XM is still alive. Living armor, working miracles. He's still going to die at the Tornado. Catches him at the very end. But this might be an expensive kill for Heroic, as they've already lost the Omni Knight. Schofield attempting to run himself towards the west, but he knows his life is forfeit. So it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Yes, XM does die, but
K1 on the front lines and saying, all right, buddy, let's take some towers.
They're just only lasting for another minute at this point. So they're daring them to come and fight. DY will delay proceedings as long as possible, and here come the TPs. Viper coming in, XXX coming in. They get the ultimate out onto K1. The arrow though does not connect, so he can still get out of here. And they're still waiting with the Stampede if needed. Tornado went in, they caught XXX. He's been hit with the Mystic Flare. Sunstrike to Fruit. He's almost dead. He eventually does die, but Divine Llama follows him into the grave. Now though, K1 Hector with the BKB going. They bring down Ame, turn their attention towards DY, burn him down with the meatball. That's 2 heroes already gone, and K1 Hector still standing strong.
Very strong territory. XSS though, freshly picked up Bloodstone. So this is where things start to get a little bit spooky, where there's these 3 cores on the side of Extreme are starting to reach towards some of their critical items.
Divine Llama gets 2 heroes inside the hoof stomp. It's Centaur starting off the fight well. They've blown up the Treant Protector, and now they're looking towards XXX. He's dishing out a lot of damage with this Bristleback, but it's not going to be enough. K1 Hector brings him down. Ame with his BKB active going for the Whirlwind, but he dies during the Whirlwind. The MKB a little bit too strong from K1, and now XM yet again getting caught in the double stun of Divine Llama. He gets killed off, joined in by Xin-Q. It's available, and an AC. Like, at the very least, a lot of the damage has been coming out of this Bristleback with the Cool Spray, but now with the AC being available, I don't know if you tickle him at all. And now here he is on the high ground. Repel on him. Still has his AC, SNY, and 2 minutes left on an Aegis. Good luck, Extreme Gaming. Let's see how they approach this.
They're going to have to try and force some spells out of these.
Okay, they actually found KJ. But Ame doesn't have enough damage to kill him off. There's going to be an overgrowth from DY. They're isolating K1 from the rest of the team. He still has his Aegis though, and now Stampede does get popped. They're getting out of here. They haven't managed to find any kills just yet. K1 Hector going 1v1 against XXX, who's turning his back towards him, but now some of the damage magically is streaming in from the Invoker and the Skywrath Mage. Forced off away from the Sunstrike. XXX will still live. But that was one of the best case scenarios, Fluke. They found Omni Knight first at the back of the fight.
Positive. This is the the Chinese Dota hopium that is starting to creep into my brain right now. They at least proved that they know what they need to do, but Ame, oh no.
Ame gets bursted. And that's unfortunate because he doesn't have his BKB in that moment because he had to pop in the middle. Because K1 Hector is very, very cavalierly just pushing a lane of racks. Just don't mind me, guys. I'm just chilling, doing my thing. Dude, this is actually highway robbery. How can you do this and then just walk away? There's nothing we can do about it. In fact, they jump in though. DY, look for the overgrowth. Didn't find enough targets though. The tornado caught Ame in the top, so he cannot really help with this fight. But they blew up the Schofield Skywrath Mage. DY will end up falling, and now here comes K1 Hector, wanting to rein in his damage, fighting 1v1 against this Bristleback. He's been shackled up though. This might be their opportunity. This might be the only time when he's falling lower and lower, and they eventually get him. K1 is down. Now, who else is going to be taken along with him? Divine Llama trying to run down XM, but he's run out of mana right now. Starting to run out of HP as XXX just running around him, trying to dish in the cool spray damage. The arrow will miss both of the targets, and I don't think he wants to go up the hill for the full chase. Tornado ensures that the TP out is there for the Centaur. He's going to be cool. I don't think KJ will be as lucky. They will hope, and they're going to smoke into them. They have the Aegis. And unlike in the last fight, I don't think that Heroic want to fight them with this Aegis, but they're going to have to take the fight regardless, as here they come on the high ground. DY looking for overgrowth targets, doesn't find it just yet. And XXX already falling so low. He ate a Mystic Flare, ate a ton of damage. Going to be forced to use the Bloodstone with the Bristleback. Gets him up to some decent HP. DY breaks up the fight with the overgrowth that gives XM a chance with Ame there with the Whirlwind. He's in between three heroes. Look at Ame go. Already killing off the Invoker, taking KJ with him. And now Divine Llama hoping to try and escape this one. Gladiator will be dropped down. He's going to get killed off. XXX with the damage. 3 heroes have fallen. Ame finally gets the opportunity with the Whirlwind active to really lay in the damage.
There is no buybacks here for Heroic, and they're going to get it done here, Snare.
Are you kidding me? One last hurrah. Can Schofield do it? No, he cannot. K1, he's in the midst of everybody here. They have dropped the fortification. Ame is there with the damage. They're ignoring him, Fluke. They just want to go for the W. They're going for the jugular, and they'll succeed in doing it. Hector does become a huge menace as this game scales on. Q has unstable concoction. DY has been disrupted, and they're going down bottom first onto Divine Llama. He could die here. He's in danger. He needs some assistance. Somebody help me! But there's nobody to help. He gets underneath the tier 1 tower. He dies, but K1 Hector gets the first blood first on the other side of the map. Oh my goodness, the damage coming in from the Weaver is going to outpace the damage that is emerging from this Alchemist. Amazingly done. Alchemist ends up dying
from getting like Blink Yules comboed by the SF, but if you're really worried about that, I think there's probably going to be a few more things that are going to be on your plate. Xingqiu though, oh, he's in a very awkward spot now.
He's in a really strange position. XXX is trying, spamming out the damage as much as he can, but cannot save the life of this young Alchemist. Fortunately, it does threaten K1 enough that K1 has to leave.
Get that momentum moving forward in the rest of the tournament.
Xingqiu triggering out the stun yet again. Got baited. He's going to get stunned up. Do they have enough in the tank to kill him? They throw out the bugs from K1 Hector. Soul Assumption doing quite a bit, but nonetheless, the damage is there. Now XXX needs to be careful for his own life. KJ doing so much work here. Nice little drinking buddies to drag in the Weaver as he locks in the Visage inside the Ice Shards.
For them, and top is going so well as well. It just puts Heroic in this very strong position where this funky draft from Extreme is going to be much harder for them to execute because these heroes need to be ahead.
DY looks like he's dead. Divine Llama on a killing spree now. This lane going... Kind of surprised he actually went for that one. I'm pretty sure he likes looking at the HP on that Alchemist. A very low likelihood of that kill actually happening. Down bottom. They're looking for Divine Llama. XM making his first big rotation of the game, trying to get the kill, and he will succeed in doing so. They bring down Divine Llama. They take down Schofield, and Ame gets himself a double kill. That is what we need out of our Void Spirits, man. That's what this hero is supposed to accomplish in your early game. Top lane,
yeah,
though.
smart play there by XM.
XX, though, I think he's gonna die here. XXX will die. Xingqiu already threw out the stun. Now he's in a precarious position, having to hide underneath his tier 2 tower. Ice Shards just barely doesn't land. They even dragged in the Weaver with the drinking buddies, but he's forced to time lapse back just to stay alive and secure. He does choose to go again right now. K1 Hector really wants this kill, but it's because Analog is making the wraparound play. They come in, they entrap XTREME, they kill him off, and now Analog has access to the Dream Coil once more. XXX is almost certainly going to join him in the grave, and indeed he does. KJ forced to sacrifice himself.
This top lane, and K1 is off to a absolute flyer. He's not, super far ahead when it comes to the last hits, but the net worth is where it's at, taking that tower too.
On bottom, Schofield, they want to kill him off, give XM yet another kill. Indeed they do. They also get the disruption out onto this Divine Llama. Doom gets blown the hell up. It's going to lead into a tier 1 tower for them. This XM Void Spirit and the Army SF as much as humanly possible, even if this Weaver is getting big.
Yeah, that's the big thing for XTREME is they have a lot of synergy between their heroes, so they can definitely coordinate a lot of these fights going in. Analog, though, is in trouble. He'll be okay.
They actually maybe are going on to XM. He's going to get himself doomed up. They even dropped the Dream Coil on his ass. He's going to die for sure. All right.
Greedy route himself, so maybe no auras coming out for Heroic either.
Okay.
Does leave them open for Jinky to get later.
Schofield is super dead. Super dead. And they're chasing for more. They've already expended the stuns though, but they do have the Requiem. Low throwing it down onto Divine Llama. The triple razors will be there. There is no tier 1 tower for safety, but he is still really damn speedy right now. Eventually the stun will emerge. Divine Llama though, he's still going. How tanky is this boy? Doombringer, he's fine. XXX in the mid lane though, he is certainly not fine. He gets killed off, although XM looking for some revenge. 2 heroes were caught up right now. XTREME looking for the stun onto multiple heroes. Will find it onto both, and XM jumps through with the Astral Step. They've gotten the kill onto King J. Analog though did manage to escape, and now here comes Schofield thinking about throwing the Assassinate onto somebody. It's XM who's going to be the one triggering up that damage, but they just...
Everyone was just able to play on that bleeding edge and really be able to get out a lot of those fights, but another big fight win for the side of Heroic because they got the kill there on a FXF.
They're trying to force some pressure onto XM. He does have Astral Step as well as Dissimulate, so it's hard to kill. XTREME will throw in the Unstable Concoction. King J does eventually get himself taken down. Your 4v5 endeavor, but now XM has committed the Dissimulate, so he's in a little bit of trouble with K1 having shown up. They do eventually blow up Analog. K1 trying to wreak havoc on the backlines, and with the disruption onto XXX, he realizes he has to get the hell out of here. Schofield, the Assassinate almost killed XXX. Survives on a sliver of HP. And the edge, they are smoked up right behind here. They want to debate them on the Wisdom Rune. And who are they going to find first? They come across DY. XTREME is ready for this one though. Already triggering up the Unstable Concoction, throwing it back onto the Tusk. Analog has to abandon him immediately.
So just pure right click, right? Like he does not really care if he gets doomed. He's still going to stand and deliver. So you have to be very careful about where you're throwing these dooms out because it's mainly going to be towards XM. He's going to stand on the high ground.
He's on the high ground here, but he's just gotten doomed up. Ice shards will be there. They're trying to get him out of trouble, but the Hurricane Pike pushes them only deeper into the triangle. Gleipnir comes out now, and they eventually will be able to bring him down. He's still alive. Finally dead. No. Okay, now he's brought down by Analog, who jumped the backlines. In the meantime, K1 Hector been wreaking havoc on the front part of the fight. He's already lost Divine Llama and the puck. They cannot lose all these cores without getting a bit more out of it. DY has some swarm bugs on top of him. K1 Hector stops him again with the Gleipnir. DY has disruption again in 1 second. He will use it onto the Weaver, but that just means that he ends up getting killed off by Schofield. And now XTREME, the self-stun comes in. Hector will definitely make him rue the day he thought he could approach the Weaver, running on the high ground, but his life is forfeit. A massive fight ends up breaking out in this triangle. Everybody loses 3+ heroes, but the big thing is that K1 lives and Ame does not. Cheer than XTREME is. They feel like they have an easier time bringing down the Visage over the Alchemist. And now speaking of the Alchemist, he's in playing with the Void Spirit, but they couldn't kill Hector. Tusk with the save, and now they've already killed off XTREME. Can XM get the hell out of here? He's committed the Astral Step, has Dissimulated again in 10 seconds, but they don't want to chase on the high ground. Oh man, dude, this Tusk. The fact that he did that without having a Blink Dagger in tow, once he does have Blink Dagger, how do you kill K1 Hector?
That I was expecting Heroic to play, right? You know, KJ playing these heroes that he can be quite proactive on. He can really be able to move around the map. Schofield on these position 4 heroes that have a lot of impact in the game. And they just play fast, right? They're just playing around a lot of their heroes. They're nice little item timings. They're just getting a lot of these kills. So Fortunately for KJ, he will lose his life down.
Unfortunately for them though, good old Schofield chilling there with the scatter shot. Just able to basically demolish those creep waves instantly. There's no way they can put the damage up.
They are baiting this middle lane here. They want to try and go in on XM.
Okay, they've doomed him up here. Ice shards will not connect. The Shiva's God will be there from the Lama, but they hold him in his tracks. He's not going anywhere. Look at the damage, but Tusk comes in with the snowball forward. They get the punch out onto the SF. In the meantime, K1 Hector pierces the backline, brings down XM. Now hoping to add DY to that list. Not going to be able to do so just yet, so he skirts his way back. Shin-Q, oh no, Shin-Q, will he self-stun again? Yes, he will. Did they see it? Of course they did. Weaver Swarm Bugs connecting directly on top of him, whilst Analog is hunting down DY, killed him off on the backlines. Now they don't have to worry about the Shadow Demon save. K1 Hector activates his BKB, putting in the damage onto Shin-Q. It's not enough just yet. Devi Lama now gets bursted by the rest of this XG lineup. Analog getting himself involved, but when he sees how much Ame is ranking through these heroes, he needs in these fights.
Where is the first Ags gonna go? He can just commute to XM. Oh, they want to fight first.
They turn around, they're going on to XM here in the river. XM is the one that started this, and XM is the one that's going to get killed off. XXX had to drop down here, but he's almost certainly going to end up dead himself. Oh no, this was not supposed to happen. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my gosh. But they don't know. Like, this never happens. You hardly ever go and check for the immediate respawn. And now K1 Hector, will he be able to pop any of these smokes? No. It's going to be good old Schofield. Saw his mates. He's going to end up getting picked off. Does not have buyback. And if they head directly towards the pit, XG will be greatly rewarded for the... Is it worthwhile for him? He doesn't really know. He's actually TPing top. They want to try and take the fight instead. But the rest of his crew is not in position. Yeah. He throws in the bugs, but they're going to arrive just as the Roche has already been taken. I don't think they can take this fight. Analog does have a double damage though, so it could be very tempting. Oh. He jumps in onto XXX. The Visage is already blown the hell up. XM trying to hold the backlines as he's looking towards Schofield and Analog, but instead there's going to be a Doom jumping in directly on his face. Devi Lama misses with the follow-up hookshot, but doesn't need it. They've already killed off this Void Spirit. Ame threw out the Requiem just as he has to watch DY die. Shin-Q, can he TP out? No, he cannot. K1 Hector is there with the Gleipnir. So they might not grab the Aegis, but they definitely take the subsequent fight. 4 heroes dead. Now. Rami did his best. XM getting the drag back onto the sniper. Middle, it's going to be Schofield dying. Remember in the draft, we were talking about how annoying support sniper can be?
Yeah.
And then you kill...
Trying to go for these drafts that don't really have the same kind of lockdown as some of the others.
Yeah. They're smoked up right now, hoping that somebody from Extreme will emerge into the mid lane. And oh no, it's XM.
Oh,
it's XM. That's the last person, but he got off the dissimulate. Not going to get doomed up just yet. Devi Lama forced into popping BKB, having taken a lot of damage so far. He needs to get bailed out of here. K1 Hector providing cover by right-clicking onto Shin-Q and DY, both of whom are almost already dead. DY goes first, Shin-Q losing HP, and so is XXX. Look at this Weaver go from K1 Hector. Devi Lama gets dragged back to safety by the drinking buddies. Shin-Q assassinates, doesn't kill him off. Analog will do the trick instead, but at the same time, Analog is now stuck on the high ground. He gets stunned up and killed. Ame is now on a triple kill. He somehow...
Still have buybacks, and they've got plenty of ways trying to deal with this, but DJ just goes down. KJ, unfortunately for him, doesn't have the HP.
Doom back in 5 seconds. K1 Hector going in right now, but K1 losing a lot of his HP at the moment. Hasn't yet popped any of his BKBs because he hasn't.
Again, they're going to do it.
Seconds.
What?
The Ancient, they're just going for the throne. There's